tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr., had the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Not gonna happen today. All day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't want that? You don't want that? You don't want that?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Penny. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Super 1. 12. Hey, 5. Merlin. What's that?
On 1st and 10, Goff. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Bang out, bam.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Orange, 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 orange.
2nd and 10, Goff again. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Maverick, Maverick.
Now Goff on first down. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big run.
Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Special assistance. Please contact our guest service ambassador for information.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
Tight. Move 15. 95, 95.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he locates Josh Hill complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Penny, a first down carry. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Punch left, punch left.
Here's a give to Penny. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, you're on an island. Green 80.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, it's Penny, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Spread left, spread left. 95, 95.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Trying to lay one up deep. It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's gone. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there at 22. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Goff. His pass caught at the 4. A good pickup of 6 there on first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? You made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, 14. Hey, over here.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got it to West on the dump off. Nifty footwork at the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Wilson, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. On second down, Wilson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
11.
After the interception, here's Goff. Eluding the pressure right, and avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Goff now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. They find some open field here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Shell.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Goff. Throw left side complete. It's McKinney. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. just beating the play clock is gone. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's gone. He'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bobby Wagner in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's letting it fly and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You'd be picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks
9
you
picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. As his guys are in for 6. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. A handoff to Penny. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Be alert, be alert. Hey.
On third down, Wilson. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 30-yard play on third. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch left. Tight, watch left.
The handoff, running left is Penny. Unable to corral him, he fights through. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain on the play there, second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rashad Penny, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And this is no good. Close. But he misses just left to the upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
4 down. Go!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Go, 12, go.
On On second down, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Guys, 4 down, 4 down.
Penny. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Watch 88, watch 88. Shift.
Green line, on it.
59's Mike, 59's Mike.
Spread left.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 3rd down, Penny. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
On the run, it's Penny. And some room to maneuver. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.